Fernando Mendoza is this year's #1 NFL draft pick, and today we've put the Heisman winner into Madden 26 to play his entire NFL career to see if he exceeds Jamarcus Russell as the biggest draft bust in Raiders history, or see if he can actually live up to the hype and become one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever witnessed. Beginning our journey by playing his NFL debut to make sure his career gets off to a solid start. Yo, here we go! Rossini! God dang it, dude, I thought that'd work. Gotta remember, this is the NFL, Fernando. You can't outsmart your opponents that easily. Play action pass. Brock Bowers wide open. I don't know why he threw that on the run, but hey, still not completed actually. Am I tripping, or is that like not 2 feet in? They're not even challenging it, dude, and it won't even let me. Oh, what a weird start to his career this has been, boys. So in the meantime, let's just calm things down a little bit. Hand this football off to Ashton Jeanty, who gets stuffed in the backfield. We were gifted incredible field position on his first drive following an interception, and he's about to just completely ruin it all. Unless he can pick up a big 3rd down and 15, which, I'm not gonna lie, kind of open. Christian Gonzalez, though, got him clamped. Hold on. What a strange start to a career. There's no way he picked that off. I refuse to believe it. No, he did not get 2 feet in bounds. There's so much we gotta analyze here. How does this end up in Christian Gonzalez's hands? I refuse to believe this was a real play. Brother broke his freaking elbow making this interception. Please tell me they review it. Oh, I hate it all. And again, it doesn't let me challenge the play. Dude, I really hope this start isn't indicative of how the rest of Fernando's career is gonna go. Fernando begins his career as a 73 overall, which should progress quite rapidly if he's not absolutely terrible. His biggest issue, though, is how bad this Raiders team is around him. At least he's got Jeanty to cry with for the next few years. And great, after all that, Patriots go down the field and score a touchdown. It was a really long drive too, man, taking us all the way into the second quarter. Handoff Jeanty, okay. For the first time today, we get close to a 1st down. That's actually a little bit up-tempo here. I'm gonna try something short here just so we can get his first ever NFL completion, which to Michael Mayer, it's open, 1st down. Crazy that he threw his first interception before he completed his first pass. Brock Bowers on the drag, wide open. Gonna have to look his way a lot today, and this is exactly why, boys, all the way down to the 10. So yes, Mendoza might have thrown his first interception before his first touchdown, but better late than never. So let's get Mendoza's career passing touchdown #1 here. Hopefully one of many. Tight end open again on the stick route. Michael Mayer! Big boy move all the way down to 2. I mean, the smart thing here would probably just be to hand the ball off to Jeanty, but I'm not smart. I mean, I am from Alabama. And try and force feed Bowers here on the drag. He's open. Touchdown Raiders. What I'm talking about. What an answer, Mendoza. Hasn't been pretty, but we already see that our guy's a fighter. They just scored a touchdown, but it didn't even show how. Oh my gosh, boys. What in the world is this game? So, all right. We still have 1:37 to try to answer before halftime. Oh, nobody open. Just throw the ball away. Be smart, Fernando. B is open. What a throw. That's Trey Tucker with the grab. Oh, wide open. Stick it on him. Pause. Michael Mayer. 1st down. Let's keep it rolling here. Oh, triangle's going to be open. Why did I say triangle? That's definitely why. Doesn't matter, though. Brock Bowers with the touchdown. Beautiful connection. Beautiful drive. Bunch of beautiful men. Whoa, dude, I don't feel like Brock can do that. The Patriots are going to score again, dude. Our defense put them an all-time stinker here. 7 seconds left, no timeouts from the 20-yard line, and they do get a field goal. And unfortunately, wait, we get the ball. Not bad. Not a bad situation to be in here, as we have a chance to go down the field here, score a touchdown, and take the first lead in Mendoza's career. Got to get Jeanty involved, though. Big hole. Not as big as what I thought. Like I said, going to try my best to get Jeanty involved, and with that being the case, I'm going to throw a screen pass to him here, which he's got his blockers out in front. Cut back in. Cut out. Can be stuffed, I think, a little bit shy the first. Mendoza's upset. I mean, Mendoza's a big boy. 6'5", 236, so we're going to try a little QB sneak here. And he got it. Try double post here, which is not going to be open, but Brock Bowers is. Comes back to the football, unfortunately. Good little 7-yard game, which Brock Bowers already has 4 catches for 90 yards. I feel like him and Mendoza are going to make an incredible connection over the next 10 years or so. Hopefully, Jeanty, too, will be a great running back for Mendoza the next 10 years. We'll have to see, though. We'll have to see. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's make sure we get this win first. Oh, he was going to be open. That would have been a big play. All right, 3rd and 3, boys. You got to find a way to keep this drive alive. Michael Mayer, stick it right on him. Bang! Oh, Bowers is open. That's going to be another nice little 6-yard catch. I like this drive, boys. I feel like this is how the Raiders need to play like in real life. Just slow, methodical little play action here and there, little short passes. Play to Mendoza's strength, and every now and then, hit him with a little Jeanty run. Another quick pass. Michael Mayer. I love it, dude. Nice little West Coast offense we're showing off here. Under center again. Brock Bowers on the dig. He's so open, brother. This could be a touchdown. He's going to be stopped just outside the 10, dude, but this connection is artistic. Play action. Hold on. Hold on, give me a dime here. Jalen Naylor back at the end zone. Touch drop. Wait, he didn't drop it. There's no way he didn't get his feet in bounds. I actually refuse to believe that. Hold on, there's just no way the catch point is right here and he doesn't get 2 feet in bounds, brother. There's no chance. There's like 15 foot of space there. Let's see it. 1 foot. Hold on. He puts the same foot down twice. Like, doesn't that count? Somehow, I don't know how those physics are real, but he doesn't actually get that second foot in bounds, but I think 1 foot down twice counts. They're not going to review it, so let me challenge the play here. That's got to be a touchdown. I mean, the goddamn ref can't even face the same way. How can I actually expect this game to get this call right? That's 1 foot. I mean, the same foot down twice. That has got to be a touchdown. By the rule book, brother, that should be a Raiders lead. Oh, man, this game, it just never seems to amaze me. If we don't end up scoring, I'm going to be very, very upset. Oh, underneath. Come on. Come on, Michael Mayer, fight. Down to the 2. As much as I want to pad Fernando Mendoza's stats here, I think the smart thing as a team here is just pound this meat with Ashton Genty. Up the middle. Find the hole, pound the hole, 1st and goal. And look for Bowers again on the drag, wide open. That is touchdown number 2 for the big boy. Told you guys, this connection is orgasmic. And our defense actually get a stop. They keep moving the ball somehow, like invisibly. Like how'd they get to midfield? I don't know. 4th and 1 though. I think we actually stopped them. Oh my God. We get the ball at midfield with a chance to go up by 2 possessions, boys. Oh, come on, fellas. We have got to take advantage of this incredible situation. I might actually send Jalen Naylor deep here. I probably have to pick, to be honest with you. Play action. Nobody's open. A is. Did we throw it behind him too much? Okay, comes down with the grab. Let's go. And I gotta say, dude, after like how we started, this is an incredible stat line. And we don't have to go too fast either here, man. We got to take advantage of Ashton Genty's talent in this backfield. Again, pound this meat right down their throats. Pause. He fumbled. Hold on. No. I refuse to believe it. There's no way Carlton Davis just forced an Ashton Genty fumble. He fumbled. He actually freaking fumbled. My God. Oh, they pick up the 3rd down. I'm starting to stress out now. Big sack there from Tonka Hemingway, by the way. They get 12. 4th and 6, and they're going to punt the football. Okay, boys. Our defense coming up big once again. I'm going to put it right back into the hands of Ashton Genty because of all running backs, he for sure is not going to be making the same mistake twice in a row. If anything, I'm expecting him to break off a big 85-yard run here. That would have been funny. I thought I actually called it. But you best believe this bad boy is being turned on conservative. Dude, the low IQ in me here actually makes me want to throw the ball deep here. Watch me throw a pick. Oh, we're going to take off. Get out of my way, big boy. He's going to fumble. A was wide open in the drag, but I was looking for the big play. Come on, boys. Give me one more 1st down here. Can't even get the gosh dang ball off. Dude, Mendoza's got 1 foot in the grave. 3rd down and 10. Biggest play of Fernando Mendoza's career up to this point. Can he clinch his 1st ever NFL win with a big-time play in a big-time situation here? Trey Tucker is open, in stride, big catch. Come on. I'm doing it again. I'm being reckless. Oh, I hate myself. Underneath, get some of those yards back. At least the Patriots don't have any more timeouts, which unfortunately I do have to snap the ball before the 2-minute warning, which sucks. But if we pick this up, boys, it should be a GG. No pressure, right? I threw a pick. No, I didn't. Oh, that's a dart. Oh my God, dude, that was 6 inches away from being a Patriots pick 6. But thank God this time 6 inches did me no harm. Oh, and that should do it, boys. It was not pretty whatsoever. But as we say here on the channel, I don't care if it was 21-17, 21-21, nothing, 2-0, 2-3, 900 nothing. A win is a win. And Mendoza can't be too mad, especially after that start, finishing out a very close game against the reigning AFC champions in his 1st ever NFL win. I mean, 250 yards while completing 73% of your passes, 3 touchdowns and 1 dumb pick in your 1st ever start, brother. This very well could be the beginning of one of the greatest careers we've ever witnessed. Now, as we simulate the rest of his rookie season, it is officially time to reveal Fernando's career challenges, which starts with winning his division at least 3 times, which won't be so easy since the AFC West is so freaking stacked. He's got to become at least a 90 overall, and at least once in his career, he's got to throw for 40 passing touchdowns in a season. Next, very simple, he just has to break every Raiders passing record. He has to win either Offensive Rookie of the Year or MVP. And last but not least, he's got to bring the Las Vegas Raiders their 1st ever Super Bowl. And if Fernando doesn't complete every single one of these challenges, I owe one of my subscribers in the comments a Mendoza jersey. So lock the frick in, you crazy boy. And before we keep going, I gotta put you guys on something that I've been using that's came in super clutch, and that's where today's sponsor Chime comes into play. Chime is America's #1 choice for banking, and honestly, it's kind of changed the way I think about money, because I used to just let my savings sit there and basically do nothing, which I thought was totally normal, but little did I know, I was missing out on a ton. But with Chime's high yield savings account, you can earn 3.75 APY, which is 9 times the national average. So instead of your money just sitting there, it's actually working for you. There's no fees and no minimum balance requirements, and the part I like the most is how easy it is to stay consistent. You can set savings goals, do automatic transfers, even roundups, so every time you spend, it's quietly stacking in the background without you even thinking about it. It's honestly a great way for people to actually save. And if you're more into spending than saving, Chime has 5% back with their Chime Card in a category of your choice: groceries, gas, dining, travel, and more. You pick what fits your life, and you can change your selection every month, so you're earning cash back on purchases that you've already made. So if you're trying to actually get your cash right here in 2026, start automating your savings and make your money work for you. And if you sign up through my link, you'll get a $75 bonus with a new Chime checking account. You can click their link in the top of my description or just scan the QR code on the screen. And also with Chime, you can get paid up to 2 days early with direct deposit, which once you have it, you don't want to go back. And don't forget to sign up to my link for that $75 bonus. Well, alright, it looks like things quite drastically took a turn south following that week 1 dub. I gotta see what happened here. Oh god, after the win, we lost 4 of our next 5, beat the Chiefs, then lost 3 in a row again. It's just a bad season, man, just a bad season all around. Which doesn't really surprise me considering how bad this team was around Fernando. Yeah, offense wasn't too good at 22nd in the NFL, and Fernando's defense, it was pretty garbage too. I mean, not a bad season for the main man. I mean, as a rookie, 4,000 yards is incredible, 25 touchdowns, just 10 picks, although he did complete a lot less of his passes than I would have really liked. Ginty with a much better season than his rookie year, 1,100 yards, 4.6 yards per carry, and 9 touchdowns. Still not like top 5 in the NFL or anything, but at least he's progressing in the right direction. Look at Mendoza with 5 rushing touchdowns of his own. Problem is, though, I really don't know if these numbers are good enough for him to win Rookie of the Year, but I guess we'll have to see. Who was his leading receiver? It was Brock Bowers, not a surprise. 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Trey Tucker, Jalen Naylor also about had 1,000 yards themselves. Even the backup tight end Michael Mayer with a big season. And defensively, not a big surprise that Max Crosby led the attack with 12 sacks. Well, let us see, brother. AFC Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Fernando Mendoza. I didn't know if he quite had it in the bag, boys, but with that said, 1 season in, 1 challenge complete, which that's huge too, because that's got to affect his overall quite drastically. He's all the way up to an 82 overall after just 1 season with star development. And keep in mind, dude, he's just about to turn 23 years old. There's a very good chance he can hit 90 overall, maybe in just another season or 2. Which when it really comes down to it, man, like Mendoza doesn't have many weapons to throw to outside of Brock Bowers. So like we really need the front office to lock in this offseason, sign a couple free agents so Mendoza actually has some half-decent talent around him. I mean, Trey Tucker and Jalen Naylor are fine as like maybe a wide receiver 2 or 3, but Mendoza really needs to get himself a bona fide wide receiver 1, rather that be through the draft or through free agency. And same thing too on defense, man. Talent is abysmal. Like outside of Max Crosby and like a couple decent veterans, dude, like it's horrible. Like especially this defensive tackle room. Like what is this? And the good news, man, is the front office got 65 mil to spend. And before we see if they do spend it, I do want to simulate to the start of the offseason and see if Mendoza maybe gets a dev trait bump after winning Rookie of the Year. Okay, scratch to 60 mil. Apparently at the end of the season, we now have 100 mil to spend. But most importantly, Fernando Mendoza is up to a superstar, boys, and that is huge. Overall, now up to an 83. And with this superstar development, man, he's going to get better and better, faster and faster. Already after 1 season, the 18th highest ranked quarterback in the league. Wouldn't be surprised after his 2nd season if maybe he's top 10 already. A good progression from Ginty too, all the way up to an 88 rated superstar at the end of his 2nd season. Somehow, Kwity Paye went up to a superstar, as did freaking Darian Porter. But even with the dev trade increases, boys, this team still needs so much help, which the front office is going to have every opportunity in the world. Hold on a second. To my complete surprise, the front office actually spent a big chunk of cash this offseason, which is a very, very unusual in franchise. Like, the question is, who was even available in free agency this year? Like, did they spend it on a bunch of stinkers? Which, if we're being honest, like, beggars can't be choosers. We'd have a bunch of positions where stinkers would actually upgrade us. We ended up signing Moro Ajomo, Puna Ford, Stephon Diggs, Cam Taylor-Britt, Ronnie Hickman, and Devontae Adams. Okay, so the old person's home at wide receiver, so that's like definitely not a permanent fix or anything, but at least that should help Mendoza this upcoming season. I mean, Mendoza throwing the ball to Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, and Brock Bowers with like Jalen Naylor and Trey Tucker as the 3 and 4. That's honestly not a bad receiver room. But I'm still hoping here in the draft they actually target receiver pretty high, because we need somebody to take over once Stephon Diggs and Devontae Adams inevitably retire. Which, if they can cap off this offseason with a good draft class, honestly, this was kind of like a 10 out of 10 offseason. We got a 79 overall cornerback, a good will linebacker, good Mike, half decent backup running back, and a pretty good D tackle in the 7th round. I mean, like, cornerback definitely wasn't like our biggest position of need or anything, but like still a decent draft. I mean, it does make it a little bit less impressive knowing that there was an 80 rated cornerback 6 picks later, but hey, beggars can't be choosers, like I said. Wait, hold on a second, brother. What are the odds here, actually? Nick Mendoza, by the way, an undrafted free agent. I don't know if there's any relation. I think it's highly unlikely for some reasons, but just because the odds are that slim, I'm actually going to intervene like I don't typically do in these career videos. I gotta sign them. So officially into Mendoza's sophomore campaign. Like, I still don't think this team is like Super Bowl contenders or anything, but they're definitely improved. But let's see if after being reunited with his brother from another mother, Fernando Mendoza in his sophomore campaign has enough juice in him now to lead this Raiders team to a wild card spot. Oh my God. And brother, I don't think it was a fluke whatsoever, because they just beat the Bills 2 weeks ago, 49-7. Off from 5 to 11 wins, man. That's beautiful. I gotta see how this happened. After dropping week 1 to the Chiefs, they didn't lose for another month and a half before losing to the Broncos and Seahawks. Pretty rough stretch from week 7 to week 13, but after that, dude, rounded the season off with 4 consecutive wins, with us playing our best football at the perfect time. Second best offense in football. I gotta see how that happened. Defensively, we were top 10 too. It's like, brother, we might be Super Bowl contenders. Yo, hold on a freaking second. These stats are like MVP caliber. What a second-year jump. 4,500 yards, 40 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions. With these 40 touchdowns, may it be barely, just barely, are good enough to complete his second career challenge. And also, if I'm not mistaken, boys, that was good for the most passing touchdowns ever in a season in Raiders history. I mean, it's gonna be tough for him to beat out Derek Carr's single-season Raiders record with 4,800 passing yards in a single season, but all it takes is one, boys. All it takes is one crazy season. I mean, to be fair, he's only 300 yards off here. Now, on the ground, Ashton Jeanty, what a third-year jump. My God, you sexy man. 1,500 yards, 5.6 yards per carry, and 11 touchdowns. Like, this is the Ashton Jeanty we all expected out of college. It might have took him up to his 3rd year, but brother, he has finally arrived on the scene, and I expect him just to get better and better. Now, through the air, Brock Bowers continues to impress. 97 grabs, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns, dude. Him and Mendoza are going to make an incredible wombo combo the next decade, if they can just draft a good receiver to replace Devontae Adams, who's probably going to retire. But in the meantime, man, what a return to the Raiders for him. 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Good year from Stephon Diggs, too, who should hopefully be around for at least another season. And Michael Mayer, too, man. Underrated performance these first 2 seasons. Like, that's incredible numbers from the tight end 2 spot. Now, defensively, there he is. There's the main man, Max Crosby. Breakout season. This is by far the best season of his career. 21.5 sacks. Look at this dude. Moro Ajomo, signing from the offseason with 9 sacks, Quiddy Pay with 8. And let's see, man, in his sophomore campaign, were those numbers good enough for Fernando Mendoza to win NFL MVP? No, it wasn't. Because Joe Burrow always ruins everything. He came in second, dude. It's so hard to beat Joe Burrow out for the MVP because they throw the goddamn ball 700 times this season. He probably threw for 6,000 yards and 55 touchdowns. But you know what? According to me, Fernando Mendoza was the MVP, at least in our hearts. How I didn't win Coach of the Year, I don't know. I feel like I got robbed. At least we have Mendoza and Bowers top 5 the Offensive Player of the Year voting. And of course, Max Crosby is your Defensive Player of the Year. Like, see, dude, how is he supposed to beat this out? But regardless, with those numbers, I'm excited to see the jump he made overall wise from season 1 to season 2. He might already be a 90. Mendoza is up to an 89 overall. Maybe if he has a good playoff run, he can go ahead and get to those 90s and complete another challenge off the board. So let's see, man. Can Mendoza and the Raiders go on a Super Bowl run here in season number 2? At least, like, not get first rounded. Even if they do, though, can't be too disappointed. I feel like they're like a year or 2 early. They did get first rounded, 38-27. But like I said, boys, you cannot be disappointed with their performance this season. With the young core they have continuing to get better and better, man, I totally expect us to be right back here and maybe even go further next season. I mean, it wasn't really Mendoza's fault. It wasn't Jeanty's fault either. I mean, we kind of like went stride for stride with him. I don't know. I guess we just couldn't finish drives. Now, I am interested to see here, boys, after the Super Bowl, if after the season he had, if Mendoza's already up to a superstar X factor. He is. I called it. He's not a 90 yet, boys, but you best believe by like week 1, week 2 of next season, he's going to be right there. And at this point, man, with them already being an X factor. At 24 years old, there is a very real possibility Fernando Mendoza becomes a 99 overall. And it sucks for the Raiders front office because if this game wasn't dumb and allowed you to give out contract extensions early, they'd be able to lock him down long term right now. But once the time his contract is up in 2029, they're going to have to pay this guy probably $1 trillion. And also looks like good news yet again, this front office looks like they're going to have about $90 million to spend. And they actually did it again, brother. Another Tom Brady front office masterclass. I guess I can't say that yet. They did spend like $60 million again. You love to see a front office actually spend money while their good players are on rookie contracts. You hate to see money wasted. So you're not going to be able to spend money on free agents once Mendoza gets a huge contract extension, but I want to see who they spend that money on. Hopefully receiver, got Laramie Tunsil, Kayvon Thibodeau, Jaden Reed. I don't know how old he is at this point, probably like 27. That's a good signing though to replace, I'm assuming, Devontae Adams and Brian O'Neill. Okay, that is actually not bad at all, boys. And that's by far gonna be the best offensive line Mendoza's ever had. I mean, I'm excited to see if they can follow that up again with another solid draft class. Like, you give us 2 consecutive 10 out of 10 off seasons, and that really could set Mendoza not only up to win just 1 Super Bowl, maybe 3 or 4. Did Tom Brady yet again pull off another masterclass? He got another really good cornerback, Charles Davis, funny, but that's, okay, why did we get another cornerback? What's the point in getting Jermichael Gallimore? I mean, he's good backup running back, but we don't really need him. Like, we got a bunch of positions that we just don't need. I mean, I guess they went best player available, and I guess Charles Davis will end up being a good corner one day, but I don't know. It's still okay. Can't complain. So starting off Mendoza's 3rd season with the bang, as I don't know what happened in the offseason, but our guy in offseason training, I suppose, bumped up to a 90, yet again completing another career challenge. And I told you guys, it was inevitable whenever he's gonna hit a 90, but now it's just whether or not he can actually make it to a 99. But here's the scary thing though. This is by far the best team assembled for Mendoza, up to a 90 overall with a 93 offense and 87 defense. And the defense is stacked too, boys. Like, everybody's progressing well. Got one of the best cornerback rooms I've ever seen. That first round pick that we drafted might even get cut, which I hope doesn't happen. But like, the team is so good that I'm actually kind of afraid we're gonna go backwards. It just feels like one of those years where, like, last season we exceeded expectations, and I feel like you assume the team's gonna be better this year. At the same time, I say that I've played this game way too much this year to have my expectations be way too high. So logic tells us the team should be better and win more than 11 games. But honestly, I would not be shocked if we squeaked in a playoff spot with maybe a 9, possibly a 10-win season. But I'll consider the season a massive dub if we can just lock in our first ever division crown. All right. The good news, fellas, is we did improve. The bad news is our division, the AFC West, is absolutely screwing us right now. 12 wins would have been good to win every other division. But unfortunately, we're in a division where the Chiefs won 13 games, the Chargers won 14 games, so we have made it 2 seasons in a row with a combined 23 wins, and we have yet to win the division crown up to this point. Not to say we won't, but that's just why it's going to be so freaking hard for Mendoza to complete his career challenge. But in the meantime, maybe we can win a Super Bowl before he even wins his own division. 2 consecutive years finishing with the NFL's number 2 offense. Not bad at all. Defensively, went a little backwards. Year 3, another great one for Mendoza. Still about 250-ish yards off of Derek Carr's record. But he's still going to be right up there for the MVP award, which Joe Burrow is probably going to win it again more than likely. Genty, took a little bit of a step backwards, which is weird considering our offensive line was better, but that's still a good season. Brock Bowers continues to thrive with Mendoza at quarterback. Jaden Reed, not too shabby either. Our big flashy offseason signing, 1,111 yards, 6 tutties and 102 grabs. Stephon Diggs still putting up good numbers. Look at Mark Sawicki. Who the frick is this guy? We just literally spawned another Notre Dame tight end. And would you look at that, brother? Max Crosby, 2 consecutive 20-plus sack seasons. And Kayvon Thibodeau, our underrated offseason signing, coming in all guns a-blazing, 14 sacks on the year. Did the Mad Lad do it? No. This time actually came in 4th. Josh Allen won the award. And would you look at that? Finally, my well-deserved crown as Coach of the Year. Malik Washington, like we all expected, wins Offensive Player of the Year. And Max Crosby with 20.5 sacks came in 3rd. Now the question, my friends, can Fernando Mendoza win his first ever playoff game against, unfortunately, my Tennessee Titans. But for Mendoza's sake, we won a dub here, and we win 30-15. 1 win shy of Mendoza's first ever conference championship game. Now, we have the Chargers away from home. I do want to see what happened in the regular season, because obviously we had to play them twice. We beat them away from home in week 3. That's a good sign. And then lost them at home. So since we already beat them once in LA this season, it shouldn't shock us whatsoever if we can do it twice here. 28-22, we have done it yet again to advance 1 game shy of Mendoza's first ever Super Bowl. Oh, we gotta get past MVP winner Josh Allen here. And did we play the Bills in the regular season? I hope so. I hope we've been by 90. Okay, we didn't, unfortunately. But if I'm not mistaken, didn't we beat them by like 100 a year ago? I guess it's full speed ahead, boys. Can Mendoza actually go out, win 3 consecutive away playoff games to advance into his first ever Super Bowl before he wins his own division? Now, I have to say, boys, I actually have a very, very good feeling about this, and that's extremely unusual. So I hope, like, I'm not jinxing myself here, but I feel like Mendoza is about to cap off this run and take the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders, to their first ever Super Bowl in his 3rd season. Don't make me look dumb, game, please. Thank God. I mean, it was close, boys. It was a touchdown game, but again, dude, I don't care if it was 1-0, 100-0. We come out of Buffalo with a W over MVP Josh Allen. I mean, Mendoza didn't do much, man, but he fought to the end and came out victorious. It was genty, you sexy man. And now all we got to do, boys, is get past the 9-8 Niners, which the Niners haven't really added anybody new outside of this backup running back who is turned into a beast, who inevitably is going to take over for CMC, who, funny enough, also went to Stanford. What are the odds there? But, brother, like, the players they have progressed and progressed, where Brock Purdy is almost a 99 rated, man. So, like, this team, although they went 9-8, they're going to be really hard to beat. But, fellas, it is time to lock the frickin'. We just can't make it to the Super Bowl and lose, right? And so there is no cheating involved. It is all up to Mendoza himself in the simulation button. Oh, 49ers took a quick lead. We chip in with a field goal. Mendoza drives us down the field. It is 10-7, boys. Come on. 2-possession game going into the 4th quarter. Can we add on? Yes, we do. It's 24-7. It is a bloodbath here in Miami. Let's go! Pure domination. Fernando Mendoza might already be considered the best Raiders quarterback in history, dude. In 3 seasons, wins his first Super Bowl in dominating fashion. And something tells me, boys, I have a very, very sneaky suspicion this is not going to be a last. But in the meantime, you best believe I'll take it. Now, I gotta see, boys, after that Super Bowl win, Mendoza is all the way up to a 94 overall. He's a Mickey Mouse 99 right now, which is going to go back down to 94 at the start of next season. But he's just 24 years old, boys, about to turn 25. He has plenty of time to become a real member of that 99 club. I mean, look at Genty, dude. He's almost a 99. Brock Bowers already at 99. And yeah, we do have some aging pieces like Colton Miller. Larry Tunsil's probably going to retire and probably leave. Like Stephon Diggs, he's probably going to be gone. Max Crosby probably doesn't have much longer left either. But still, with the young pieces that we have, man, this very well, led by Fernando Mendoza, could be the beginning of a dynasty. Yeah, imagine a dynasty where you never win your own division. And brother, how in the world, for the 3rd consecutive season, do they have over $100 million to spend? Like, what is Tom Brady doing to Roger Goodell's wife for this to be possible? Which I guess it does come in handy because we're missing a left guard since Larry Tunsil apparently retired. Also, Stephon Diggs called it quits after his first ever Super Bowl ring. Gotta hope the front office can replace him, though. Because, like, Jack Beck is fine and all, but, like, for this team to really have a chance to go back-to-back, they're gonna have a much better wide receiver, too. So let's see if they can put this money to good use for a 3rd consecutive season. Well, we spent some money, like, not as much as the last few off seasons, but hey, $40 million is better than nothing. But the question is, who did Tom Brady spend it on? Okay, Juwan Jennings apparently is our Stephon Diggs replacement. That's not too great. Ed Oliver got a big contract, and Hufanga, dude, what's his overall? Brother comes in as a 92 overall. We can definitely work with that. Yeah, Juwan Jennings comes in as an 81 overall, so quite a bit lower than what Stephon Diggs was, and we still don't have a left guard, unfortunately. So you know what to do in the draft here, Tom. Get a long-term option at the wide receiver position and get yourself a long-term starting guard. If they draft 2 more cornerbacks for the 3rd straight year, I'm going to crash the frick out. Anybody but a corner. Anybody but a corner. We went out and... What is this? Was the front office on drugs? The 3rd year in a row, we take a cornerback in the 1st round. And this guy sucks. You know what? I'm just literally, I'm gonna cut him from the team. Oh my God, there was a 77 overall wide receiver sitting right there. There's 77 receiver, 76 receiver, 75 receiver. Like, what the frick are we doing? So unfortunately, with this honky starting at left guard and Jauan Jennings as a wide receiver too, I highly doubt we're going to be able to go back-to-back and win another Super Bowl this season. I mean, I just actually really don't get it, dude. We have 4 cornerbacks over 83 overall. Like, what is the obsession with drafting cornerback every single year? I mean, can we at least win our freaking division for once this season? Oh my God. We went 13-4, boys. But guess what? We lost out on the division crown by a freaking tiebreaker. We can legitimately win our second Super Bowl this season without winning our division once. We split the season series against the Chiefs. We only lost by 2, man. We win this game and we win the division. I'm so upset. Another top 5 offense led by Mendoza, though. Oh my God. So, okay, a lot to take in here. He didn't break Derek Carr's record. That one might screw us as well. But 53 touchdowns is nuts. I am actually so excited to see who those touchdowns got thrown to. I'm assuming Brock Bowers. Now, unfortunately for Genty, he had a great season, but all those touchdowns got stolen by Mendoza passing for 5,000. Now, Brock Bowers at the tight end position, 20 touchdowns. That is the first time in Madden 26 I have seen a tight end accumulate 20 touchdowns in a season. Jauan Jennings, I shouldn't have been knocking him, dude. 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. And Mark Sawicki from the backup tight end position with 84 catches, 800 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Also, gotta mention, good season from Jaden Reed, too. And hold on a second, boys. A turn of the tide as Kayvon Thibodeau, more sacks than Max Crosby, dude. Like, what a signing he's turned out to be. That's like 30 sacks in 2 seasons. Oh, he gets robbed every season, dude. How do you throw for 53 touchdowns and not win MVP? This game is freaking tainted. Oh, I can't win my division, but I can win Coach of the Year for the 2nd straight season. Apparently, Malik Washington has turned into the best receiver of all time, by the way. How did this beat me? I mean, yeah, he threw for like 500 more yards, but I feel like 6 more touchdowns is more important. You know what, dude? Screw it. Let's just go out and win a 2nd consecutive Super Bowl here. That's actually so funny, dude. I totally didn't expect it. We're going up against the 8-9 Giants, by the way. We had to beat the 9-8 49ers last year. We had to beat the 8-9 Giants this season. I totally didn't expect that to happen, yet here we are. We take down my Titans for the 2nd consecutive season in the wild card round. We beat the Bills for the 2nd consecutive season. This season it wasn't even close. And we take down the Chiefs by double digits, a team that beat us out for the division to advance into our 2nd consecutive Super Bowl. We've literally won 6, or actually, I would make it 7 playoff games in a row. And we haven't even played a home playoff game yet. If we win this, I swear that's going to be so freaking funny. That's so crazy, dude. Literally 2 consecutive Super Bowl wins, and we have still yet to win our own division. Mendoza literally has 2 Super Bowl MVPs before he wins 1 real MVP, and 2 Super Bowl MVPs before he wins his division once. This is crazy. But after winning his 2nd consecutive Super Bowl, he's got to be up to a 99 overall, right? Oh, not quite, but extremely close. Which I do have to say, boys, it is getting to the point where he has 1 season left in his contract. I mean, we hope the Raiders can afford to re-sign him, because with him at the point of re-signing will probably be a 99 rated. He really is probably going to ask for like $600 million. So with that being the case, and still like having a need at left guard and at wide receiver too, hold on. I just noticed something. How in the world is our backup tight end an 85 rated superstar? I've never seen such in my life, but I suppose I'm not complaining. I guess we don't even need a good wide receiver too when we got Sawicki here. But very interested with the Mendoza contract negotiation coming up next year. What the front office does with his $53 million. I mean, they've spent big the last few seasons, but I wonder if they save a little bit this year to hopefully afford Mendoza next season. Okay, looks like we spent about half of what we had, so we kept about $28 million in the tank. And that cash went to Tate Ratledge on a pretty big contract, and Torrey Horton, who I assume to be our long-term wide receiver number 2. I mean, not bad at all. I mean, the offensive line looks incredible now. I just really hope with those signings, they somehow left enough money in the tank to re-sign Mendoza. But after they do hopefully re-sign Mendoza, it is inevitable that they're not going to be able to re-sign a lot of the players that will have contract extensions coming up, which means it is vital that we don't repeat last year's stinker of a draft and actually get some young, cheap talent this year. Okay, that's more like it. I mean, like, nothing generational or anything, but this center is great value. He could be a long-term Tyler Lindenbaum replacement. Good value at the end of the 2nd round. Incredible value with Mr. Irrelevant pick, getting a 71 rated defensive tackle. So into the final season of Mendoza's rookie contract. What are the realistic odds this team can go for a 3-peat? I mean, the sad truth is I really could care less about a 3-peat. I just want to for once win our division. And also, of course, super interested to see if Tom Brady in the front office can somehow come up with the cash to lock down Mendoza long term. Oh, hold on a second, boys. Praise the Lord. It's about time! It only took until the final season of his rookie contract, but Mendoza, on the verge of a three-peat, has finally, for the first time ever, earned the 1 seed. Which also means he'll be able to play a home playoff game for the first time ever. Dude, the crazy thing is we didn't even lose until week 12. And we only had 1 loss in the season until week 17. So I don't like the fact that we went into week 17 literally 14-1, then dropped our last 2. So hopefully it's not a bad sign going into the playoffs. Another top 5 offensive finish and another top 10 finish from the defense. I mean, these are just wild numbers. Like, again, he didn't break the single season Derek Carr passing yard record, but 38 touchdowns with only 3 interceptions is pretty nutty, dude. Ginty with another great year, although he didn't crack double-digit touchdowns. Brock Bowers, for I think every year Mendoza's career, has been this team's leading receiver. Like, this guy, dude, like, I'm actually excited. Like, I mean, he's still 26 years old. Like, he's gonna be around for another 5-6 seasons, maybe even 7 seasons. So with him and Mendoza, like, there's a good chance they could get to maybe even 5 Super Bowls with each other. Good first year in the silver and black from Torrey Horton, almost 1,000 yards. And then we got this guy again, Mark Sawicki, dude. Like, who are you, honestly, and where did you come from? 3 just absolute menaces getting after the quarterback. Now, I wonder if only 3 interceptions was finally good enough for Mendoza to not win his first MVP, dude. He honestly might end his career with 5 Super Bowl MVPs, but not 1 actual MVP. But let's see, did he do it, boys? Did Fernando Mendoza become a 99 overall? And of course he did. It was only a matter of time, only being 26 years old, which means he will continue to get better and better for at least the next 4 seasons. And the only question now is, did he re-sign his contract, which I guess we'll check at the end of the season, I suppose, after we see if he can go on a three-peat. But 3 99 overall players on offense now is just absolutely insane. We actually have 4 99 rated players in the entire team if you include Max Crosby. But can we do it again, boys? I honestly feel weird about it. I don't know if we can, because we actually play a home game. If we were playing 3 straight playoff games away from home, maybe we have the three-peat. Let's see. Can Mendoza do it again? No, he can't, actually. Oh, it stings. It stings, but you can't win them all, boys. They lose by 3 points to the 2-seed Patriots. I think Vrabel might have took my joke a little bit too personally earlier. But like I said, boys, you can't win them all. At least we won our division for once. But following the Super Bowl, we are going to see what the money is looking like, boys. If we're in the negative, I feel like we probably did lock down Mendoza. Okay, we're not, which actually, it has me a little worried. Because with the cap that we had, the fact that we're still positive means I don't feel like we gave out many big contracts. I mean, like I said, dudes, maybe Brady did pull off a little magical gucking behind the scenes to work some miraculous cap space move. Did we officially lock down our franchise quarterback? Oh no. He didn't get franchise tagged either. What in the world happened? Okay, we lost 2 players. That's, I guess, where a lot of our money came from. But also, did we not? There's just no way we didn't lock down Mendoza, dude. I mean, he's still here. I'm actually a little worried now. Fernando Mendoza did get locked down on a massive 7-year contract extension in 2034, paying him over $100 million a season. He has a $90 million cap hit for the next 5 years, dude. That's got to be the biggest cap hit in NFL history. That's ridiculous. But Brady's gucking did apparently work out, and at least for the immediate future, we have most of the core together. Although I don't really know if we're going to be able to replace right tackle. But now, my friends, it is officially time to simulate to the end of Mendoza's contract extension to see if maybe, just maybe, he can challenge Tom Brady's for the most Super Bowls of all time. But most importantly for me, we desperately need him to complete these challenges. So made it to the end of Mendoza's contract extension, and the good news, boys, is it looks like we have, for the second time in his career, won his division. So at this point, I literally have zero idea what's happened the last 5 seasons, but at least this is progress. Now, before we do any further investigating, I do want to see what the current squad is looking like. So Mendoza's a superstar. Wow. Ashton Ginty's still here. I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet, but he has held on to his X Factor as a running back longer than Mendoza has. And I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Typically, running backs, they regress so much faster than quarterbacks. And like, I'm surprised he's still playing, because typically they're retired by 32. Much less hold on to his X Factor over his franchise quarterback, which Mendoza at 33 years old, man, he's still a superstar, 94 rated, so not bad. I mean, he's still considered a top 10 quarterback at this point. And outside of Ashton Ginty, the only other Raider to stick around this long is Jackson Powers Johnson, which is like not what I expected at all. I mean, he's still killing it as a 33-year-old superstar guard. And unfortunately, Brock Bowers is gone at this point, and I highly doubt a guy that looks like this was able to replace his production. How about any original Raiders? Have they stuck around? It doesn't look like, although they have Josiah Stewart somehow. I mean, the team around Mendoza is still balling, dude. They're a 90 overall with a 92 offense, so it really wouldn't be surprised if they did win more Super Bowls over the past 5 years. I mean, at the age of 33, he's still leading the top 5 attack offensively, and he's still putting up MVP-esque numbers. Genty's still balling, dude. At this point in time, we have Tevin Downing leading the team in receiving. Again, didn't win an MVP, and I'm actually very curious to see if he did actually win one in the last 5 years. If he does not end his career as the MVP, dude, this award should be banished. But before we get any updates on the remaining challenges, we're going to see if we can win ourselves a 3rd Super Bowl here. And considering we lost by 3 touchdowns in the first round, that's a big fat no. But the big question at this point, boys, is whether or not after the 2028 season, we have won ourselves a 3rd. I know we did in 2029. That was Mike Vrabel and the Patriots who got past us in the AFC Conference Championship by a field goal. But in 2030, the new decade goes to Jackson Dart and the Giants. In 2031, goes to the Patriots again. In 2032, goes to the Carolina Panthers for the first time in their history. In 2033, goes to the Buffalo Bills for the 2nd time in their history. And in 2034, we do get ourselves a 3rd Super Bowl over Jackson Dart and the Giants. So, like, Mendoza might not necessarily make it to Tom Brady's Super Bowl numbers, but 3 Super Bowl rings isn't too shabby, and he still has more career to go. And last season, he had the Saints as Super Bowl champions for the 2nd time in their history. But, fellas, this 2034 Super Bowl is not the only good bit of news. Unfortunately, in 2030, we went 10-7, coming in 2nd place, and even worse, the next year, for the first time in, 10 seasons, Mendoza and the Raiders missed the playoffs? But even more heartbreaking than completely missing the playoffs, the following year in 2032, we came in 2nd place on a tiebreaker again. So I will admit, did start to lose a little bit of hope, but just as my spirits felt low, the following season, Mendoza led his Raiders to the most wins in his career, of course finishing in 1st place, which, thank God, completes that challenge. But the real funny thing here is the following season, yet again, AFC West champions, 13-4, but after Mendoza won the division in back-to-back years for the first time in his career, he follows that up with a 4-13 last place finish. Arguably the worst season of his career, and I literally have no idea why, because like the offense and defense was still completely stacked, but we still had a top 10 offense. Dumb game. Which that does mean we improved from 4-13 to 12-5 this season, although it didn't end up obviously in a Super Bowl berth, but I don't know what happened last season, but I'm glad we got over it fast. Now, at this point, fellas, what we do need to check is whether or not Fernando Mendoza has locked in another contract extension here. I mean, if they didn't sign him back, dude, they're idiots. A 1-year contract, so we're doing that. Oh, I hate it. I hate it when this game just throws out the 1-year contracts. Like, he's only 33 years old. Like, give him 2 or 3 years. Like, I really don't want to get to the point where he's just signing 1-year contracts and eventually for like 1 or 2 seasons, he signs elsewhere. Like, at this point, man, you've got to lock him in as a Raider for the rest of his career. If I was a betting man, though, I do unfortunately believe this is going to be the last season we see Ashton Genty. Just kidding, actually. I told you guys I was a dumb cracker. And to my surprise, Genty's still an X Factor at a 90 rated. Mendoza, even though he's 34 now, still a 91. I will say I am most surprised at Jackson Powers Johnson, dude. The fact that he's still sticking around, good for you. Hey, kudos to the squad, dude. Still grinding out 10 wins, even though the average age of our squad is like 35. Now, this is neither here nor there, but I do have to point out the fact that there's a very likely chance that this guy becomes a porn star post-retirement. Tank Tongue is just crazy work. 2nd best offense in the league is pretty nuts. Mendoza's still out there slinging 38 touchdowns, only 4 picks. Genty averaging 5.7 yards per carry in what's likely his last season in NFL is just nuts. Easton Walton, by the way, 20 receiving touchdowns. I refuse to believe a guy with this haircut put up 20 touchdowns this year. Now, did Mendoza finally win MVP? No. Continues to get robbed. I gotta check. I gotta see. I gotta see. He had to have at least won 1 MVP in his career, right? So he's made it to 7 Pro Bowls. Oh, there it is. Oh, he won it back-to-back. Won it back-to-back-to-back. Okay. I hate that we skipped those years, but it does do my heart an extreme amount of good to know that Mendoza has won 3 MVPs, all being back-to-back-to-back. But whether or not in the meantime that he's broken every single Raiders passing record remains to be seen. First of all, let's see if he can get another Super Bowl. And he is at the point where he can retire any season, so I really do hope he has broken all the Raiders records. If not, I'm gonna be down some money to you guys, which oh my God, we lost the Super Bowl. That sucks. I would rather have not made it than to lose Mendoza's first ever Super Bowl appearance by a single point, might have you. Oh, it hurts worse than what I thought it was gonna, boys. Not only do we lose Ashton Genty, we also lose Jackson Powers Johnson. Oh, these two are fighters, I tell ya. Man, he's all alone. I mean, he's still killing it, dude. An 88 rated 35-year-old superstar quarterback, but with all of his like original teammates leaving, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't too far behind them. And I do have a pretty bad feeling following those pretty important retirements that this is going to be one of the worst seasons of Mendoza's career because there's just not a lot of talent around him. But let's see if as a 35-year-old he can pull Tom Brady, put the team on his back, and bring the squad to a Super Bowl. Yes, I may have a single-digit IQ, but typically my intuition is spot on. Oh, look at the step backwards from the offense. I mean, it wasn't Mendoza's fault at all, dude. That's still like MVP numbers. It was a stupid running game. I'm not gonna lie, dude. If I was Mendoza, I've made my cash at this point. All my old friends are gone. I'm calling it quits this offseason. But maybe at the same time, he doesn't want to go out a loser. Well, out as a loser it is, but not before he did a ton of winning, and not before going down, according to Madden 26, as the third best player in NFL history, just above his buddy Brock Bowers. But the lone question you all might be asking, did he in fact break all of those pesky Las Vegas Raiders passing records? Which I have to say, dude, it's pretty goated to go out as an 86 rated quarterback. He could have kept playing, but looking back at the numbers, he threw for 48 touchdowns in 2034, but in 2033 is the big number. He threw for 4,830 yards, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if that's good enough to break Derek Carr's all-time single-season passing record. Like, I know it was in the 4,800s, but like, I don't know if it was above or below 4,830. If I end up failing the challenge after Mendoza just won 3 Super Bowls because he was a few yards off of Derek Carr's record, I'm gonna be upset. Hey, maybe that's life saying you guys deserve it. So in total for his career, he ended with 61,000 passing yards, 541 career passing touchdowns, which obviously shattered their 2 career records. And I do want to say at the same time, what an era in Raiders football, as we had Genty become the all-time rusher, Brock Bowers as a tight end becoming the all-time receiver, and Max Crosby shattering the sack record. But it all comes down to click this right bumper, brother. The all-time single-season passing leader in Las Vegas Raiders history is none other than Fernando Mendoza. I knew for a fact that he beat the passing touchdown record because he freaking threw 53. But I'm telling you guys, I had no clue at all. They actually beat the passing record. He beat it by 26 yards, boys. 26. So yes, by the skin of my extremely small shaft, we have yet again completed another career challenge. So be excited, Raiders fans, because with this pick, you may be well on course for the greatest era in franchise history. Now, if you enjoyed watching Fernando Mendoza, you can click right here to watch me play Jeremiah Smith's career all the way from college to the NFL.